Churchill, if you'll begin that.
Again, I thank you all for participating and coming tonight. It shows that the community does have an interest in what's going on, and I thank you for that. Again, my leadership skills are because of my past unselfish community involvement. President of the Christmastown Kiwanis Club, co-founder of Stock Youth Center, president of Stock Youth Center, co-founder and president of Crossroads Youth Center. For the kids, I'm there for them, I'm there for you. I think that we do need to partnership up. We need to have open communication with the public. The Commissioner's office should be open all the time for anybody with any concerns to come in and talk with us about these issues so we can work together and work through these issues. Again, my real estate background of 28 years experience, I've mastered the art of negotiation, of compromise, so I can help bring everybody together. Let's face it, the county cannot be up above everybody. We have to be down here at your level, and you at the same. We are at the same level. We're all one partnership here. We need to work together and get through these issues in this county. The issues run deep here. We've had a sheriff's department that has laid off over 9 personnel. So if we've got a balanced budget and all our money is going into there, why do we have that? Why do we have that issue? I know of 2 departments, at least, in the county that have been working without a contract for more than 4 years. That's unacceptable. Why isn't something done about that? Why haven't the commissioners dealt with that? We cannot allow that to go on. And we can keep cutting back budgets. We can keep consolidating different departments. But every time we do that, the community loses out. We need to bring in more businesses here, create more revenue, so we can continue to give you government, or give the people what they deserve and what they pay for. We can't keep cutting back. We have to go forward and bring more businesses in here. And I think I can do that for us. Thank you.
Again, my name is Terri Jeffries. Thank you so much for coming today and taking the effort to be an informed voter. This is so important to be able to compare all of us. I am running for Mason County Commissioner because I think and I know that I can bring positive, inclusive, practical, and knowledgeable experience to this job. You deserve a leader who understands how the county government runs. You deserve a leader who has the knowledge and the experience to do the job, to create the vision that I think we all share. What do we want? We want safe communities. We want to be able to go to bed at night feeling secure. We want vibrant downtown centers. We want shopping, dining, be able to bring our families downtown. We want to protect our property rights while still protecting our ability to grow gracefully. These are all very difficult issues that I have the experience developing policies around both at the state level and at the local level throughout the Olympic Peninsula. There are 4 people here that are very nice people. There are 4 people here that are vying for your vote that I believe all have really strong integrity. The major difference is I can bring you fresh ideas, I can bring you a lot of good experience, and I bring you a lot of examples of how to do this. I've got the ideas, I've got the experience, and I can bring you the leadership you deserve, so please vote for me. Thank you.
Once again, I'd like to thank everyone for coming tonight and participating in this exciting process. After 11 years on the Shelton School Board, you put your trust in me as your county commissioner. You pushed aside special interests and brought back accountability in representing Mason County and made progress in the face of many challenges, both economical and political. This year is with the special election year. I'm asking for your trust, your support, and your vote again for me to serve again as your Mason County Commissioner for District 3. I mentioned working together. This goes beyond the individuals of a party or in the community. We must include our local governments as well. From my years of public service, I know that my dedication is my biggest asset. I've been out of elected office, but I haven't been out of public service. I didn't walk away from Mason County after the last election. I continued to serve with the Area Agency on Aging, Mason Matters, and advocating for seniors at the legislature. I've been active in community meetings at Star Lake, Timber Lake, and Shorecrest. Well, let's get Mason County back on track. Let's grow our local economy with real jobs that pay real wages. Let's reinvest in public service, in safety, and our communities. Let's work together for everyone in Mason County. I'm Ross Gallagher. I'm ready to get back to work for you. And thank you.
Curt Bennett. I have touched on some of my long-term commitments, like being married 39 years to Joan. I have worked for the same company for 40 years. My grandchildren are 7th generation here in Mason County, so we really, really are committed to this place. My experience as a blue-collar worker, as a small businessman, as a fire commissioner, as a board member of EFI, has given me a very broad perspective of many of the issues that face Mason County. And I really believe that spreading the vision, my vision of making Mason County a safe, clean, healthy place to live, work, and play is going to be beneficial to all of us. But I really need to hear from everybody out there too, what their feelings are and what their concerns are. So I'm going to make sure and listen to what you people have to say about how you want Mason County to be. Thank you.
Hello, I am Darrel running for Commission District number 3. I think everybody up here and everybody in this room wants a better Mason County. I think we're all on the same page on that. But the big question is, how do we get there? What is our next step? One of the main things that has to be done is communication. Communication between not only the public, that the doors should be open, as Randy mentioned, but also the businesses, not only the businesses that are here now, hopefully the new businesses that come in. Every department in the county should be accountable. Every department in the county should work as one. Outside agencies, the city, the state, the port, the PUD, everybody should be on the same page to make this a better Mason County. How can we do that? We can do it through teamwork. Everybody here in this room, everybody that is listening, everybody that has the same vision of Mason County can do this if we all work together. It doesn't work really well at all if you have one individual or two individuals not working together. Let's work together as a team to make this happen. The other thing that hasn't been touched on, and I will touch on it briefly, is where does Mason County want to be in 1 year? Where does Mason County want to be in 5, 10 years? We need to set some goals. We need to set those goals and strive for those goals all together as one. We all want a better living here in Mason County. We can get that done. I am running as a no political party preference, nonpartisan. I am not tied to any outside activity groups. I am not tied to any lobbyists. The only people that I am tied to are the people and the voters in Mason County. I will do a job for this county and the people. Anybody that knows me knows that I am a doer. I'm Darrel. I hope to get your vote. Thank you.
I'm Travis Couture. I'm running for Mason County Commissioner, District 1. I'm 24 years old. I'm a veteran of the Navy. I served on the USS Alabama and USS Nebraska. I led my own division of about 15 people for most of that time. I was one of the most junior people in the Navy to do it. I know what leadership is. I spent a lot of time doing that, and I'll bring good leadership to you also. If you can't tell already, I'm a big fan of just telling the truth, shooting straight from the hip, because that's what you deserve. We got to stop a lot of the backdoor deals, a lot of the what's in one hand you can't see in the other. We got to start telling the truth, and we got to start, like Randy says, restoring the trust. And you know what? We got to start looking at. I'm a person that believes in people. I don't believe in government. I believe in the free market, and the word freedom is in free market for a reason. And you know what? We got to start practicing free market economics and lower the regulations, lower the burden on our small to low to middle income entrepreneurs, and even the big businesses too. As far as the environment goes, nobody up here wants dirty air or dirty water. No one wants that. We all want clean air and clean water. We have different ways to do it, but government isn't the answer. We've been trying that for a long time now. It hasn't been working. We get, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results. We need to have new results, and we have to have a new way to go about things. And what we first have to understand is that government doesn't do it well. We got to have the private industry do it, and we got to have jobs in this county, and that means that allowing them to be prosperous. We have to allow them to be prosperous, get the regulations out of the life, stop taxing them to death, and then, we also got to start protecting property rights. I live in the Belfair UGA, and my property rights personally are being taken right now as we speak by the Belfair Sewer. And you know what? 85% grant money is great, but the 15% was being pushed onto me.
Well, there are a number of people up here at this table who have pointed out that they were born and raised in Mason County and have lived there all their life. I chose to live here because I appreciate this environment and the people that are here. I came here because I wanted to come here, and I appreciate that I made that decision and happy to be here. A couple of things that I haven't said anything much about myself. I'm a fire commissioner in Mason County District 2, and you need to understand that there is not a better rural fire department in this state. And I was instrumental in helping it become what it is. It is really a great fire department. And it's a big job to be a commissioner and trying to provide the guidance that's necessary for that job. What I want you to understand is that if you think about it, elections are about two things. They're about difference, and let's talk about that difference. Tonight we have several different candidates up here. All of us are different. You've heard a number of different ideas. You have heard some different philosophies about how we move forward or not. We have different approaches. We have emphasis on different issues. Government is also, and elections are also about participation. Your participation here tonight is a testimony to your interest in this political system that we're involved in. My name is Denny Hamilton. I think that I need your participation to make this a better county, and the way that it happens is that you have a choice here tonight. You see the differences that are here. It's up to you to make a choice. It's up to you to participate. It's up to you to help us create a better Mason County. I'm Denny Hamilton, and I want to be your county commissioner.
My name is Randy Neatherlin. I'm running for Mason County Commissioner against the gentleman you just heard speak and a few of these others. This is an interesting time. The first time in my recent political history do I remember ever there being a possibility that Mason County might hit a reset button. All 3 commissioner seats are up at one time. There's a possibility. There may be somebody sitting in those 3 seats that have absolutely no experience or understanding of the job whatsoever. The experience that I have was not given to me. I didn't get it through hope. I didn't get it through wishing. I got it through work, through actual participation. Now, we heard a comment about participation. Participation is not attending. That's not what makes participation. Participation is jumping in and being a part of the solution. I've worked real hard in this community to be somebody that will stand out in front and do what it takes to get the jobs done. I'm asking you to consider me for your next Mason County Commissioner. I will not let you down. I never have. Every chance I've ever had, I've stood for you, stood up with you, and I've always stood on good solid ground, on good solid knowledge, and not using buzzwords like hope and vision and stuff. We don't need vision, we need action. We need real solutions for real problems that are facing us right now in this county. This is not a joke. This is not something to do because we feel good. There are serious issues about to come before us. We have to take them seriously. Now, I'm running nonpartisan. I am not representing the Republicans or the Democrats. I'm going to just represent you. It's that simple. I've never met anybody yet that became smarter because they had a D behind their name or an R behind their name. And I'm sure you haven't either. My name is Randy Neatherlin. I'm asking you to put your trust in me, and I will restore your trust in Mason County government. Thank you.
Well, thank you. You know, I didn't have any gray hair before I started this job. And it's interesting to hear what all the candidates say, because it's the toughest job you'll ever have. And you will become very unpopular very quickly. Let me tell you, we are experiencing the worst recession this country's ever experienced since 1932. And if you think that that did not affect Mason County, you're kidding yourself. I can tell you in 2007, we had 2,200 residential building permits. That's not 2,200 houses, but that's the plumbing permit, the grading permit, all the permits that go with residential development. Today, we have 400 a year. 2,200 to 400. That's a huge drop in revenue. That's a huge drop in real estate excise taxes that we collect. That's a huge drop in sales taxes. Our sales taxes are absolutely flat, and they're projected to be flat for the next at least 2 or 3 years. We're not going to have money. We're going to have to make tough choices. So, what do you do as a commissioner? You don't renew the fairgrounds lease. That's pretty popular, right, with all the 4-H kids? No, but it saves you $225,000 in insurance costs and maintenance. You can put towards law enforcement or other purposes, or public health. You cut your workforce from 400 full-time employees to 325. How's that feel when we only have one animal control officer, and the one that's being laid off is standing in front of you at the rostrum with her husband holding the baby? That doesn't feel very good. There's tough, tough choices. When you have to build a sewer because the state tells you, or you will be penalized, they'll take away your DOT money, transportation money, unless you build that sewer. And you know it's the right thing to do because you take 2 shovelfuls of dirt in Belfort, you will hit water, I guarantee you. You have to do it. You have to raise garbage rates. Many of these things have had to be done, and they're not very popular. And then what happens? You get sued. I'm being sued by one of the candidates right now.
Thank you, Tim.
Is suing me, my wife, and everybody here in the county. How fun is that?
I'm Roslynne Reed, and I'm running for Mason County Commissioner District 2. I can remember the first tough job I had, and I was an air traffic controller. Tried juggling a bunch of people's lives in the air. I turned it into fun, though, and I like to have fun, but I also, when I have a job, I am very serious about it. Like I said, I'm a volunteer, and I attend a variety and participate in a variety of community meetings and activities and that sort of thing. I probably spend, well, if you ask my husband, probably more than 40 hours a week on that of my own personal time. Because I control that, I would definitely switch it over to spending all of that time on Mason County activities. Well, Mason County Commissioner activities. This job, public service, is actually just that, service. Government provides services. So all of these flowery things that come up, you actually have to be hands-on on this job. And we are not seeing that, or you wouldn't see 13 people sitting, or 12 people sitting up here today. So I would offer that. I am qualified for the job. I have the time to spend on it, and I have the interest in Mason County because I'm spending time on it now. So I want you to consider qualifications when you get your ballot this weekend, and consider me for Mason County Commissioner District 2. I'll be your full-time commissioner, and I will be serious about it. Thank you.
Well, again, I'm Mark Corr, and running for Mason County Commissioner also, and as Senator Sheldon said, I do have a lawsuit with Mason County and myself and many, many more that has been created due to the neglect of services by the Board of County Commissioners, and that's how I believe it to be true. Never thought I wanted to be in that position, but that's where I found myself. That being said, I can tell you that I have the skills, I have the desire, I have the drive to be an excellent Mason County Commissioner. And I can tell you also that I've got experience. I worked in the retail industry for 16 years, started at the bottom. My last 8 years, I managed a thriftway store down in Montesano. Many of you may know about it. I had about 45 employees, 7 department managers, and had a revenue budget between $5 and $6 million a year. I also started at the base at Mason County, worked my way from a building inspector 1 to a 2 to a 3 to the permit center manager to the building official to the code manager of the Department of Community Development. I had to make those hard choices. In 2008, I had to lay off a big portion of my staff face-to-face, one-on-one. I had to go from a 26 FTE staff down to a 16. I know what it's like to make those hard decisions, and it's not fun, let me tell you, especially when you're looking at 10-year employees. I can tell you that I am very confident I can provide the services and do the duty of a full-time commitment to a county commissioner, and I believe with a full-time commitment, the county won't see the commissioners on the front page of the paper repeatedly. Thank you very much. My name is Mark Moore.
Thank you all of you candidates for joining us here tonight. I would like to thank the League of Women Voters of Mason County for helping co-host tonight's event with the Shelton Mason County Chamber of Commerce, and especially the Governmental Affairs Committee who put in some hard work to bring you tonight's event. Mason Web TV for streaming tonight's event live, as well as providing the address system. And I'd also like to invite you all to next Thursday's candidate forum that will be here. We'll be speaking with this candidates running for state representative position 1 and 2. Again, that's 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Also co-hosted by the League, and live streaming with Mason Web TV. And a big thanks to our sponsor for tonight's event as well, to Green Diamond Resource Company. Thank you all again.